Hi, my name's Sam. I'm one of the podiatrists at Walsh Podiatry. I've been doing all sorts of videos talking all about footwear, how they can keep your feet warm, how they can protect your feet, and why it's so important to have a good fitting shoe. Today's video is going to be talking all about the types of shoes you should be choosing if you suffer with arthritis. Now, when we think about arthritis, there's two main types: osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis. Now, osteoarthritis is caused by the wear and tear in our joints. We generally tend to think of this happening to the larger joints in our body, so our back, our hip, our knees, our ankles, but it can occur in any joint across the body. Rheumatoid arthritis is an autoimmune condition, so this is where your own body attacks its joints and causes them to become inflamed and sore. Now, the main feature we should look for in a shoe is it should be firm with very little flexibility. So, if I show you this as an example, this is a Dr. Comfort men's size shoe. So when we talk about it not being flexible, you shouldn't be able to bend the shoe in half. So you're always going to get a little bit more movement around the toe area because that helps with propulsion, but you shouldn't get any more bend than that. The same with the heel. You shouldn't be able to push that heel flat. If you can push it flat, the shoe's too flexible. Now, the reason for this is if you've got arthritis and you've got a shoe that's very flimsy and very flexible, it's not going to give your foot the support it needs. And so what it's going to do is it's going to put more pressure and strain on those joints which are already irritated and inflamed and potentially make your arthritis more uncomfortable. Another style of shoe which is really useful if you suffer with arthritis is a shoe with a rocker sole. I've got a couple of different examples of that here. So this, again, is another trainer by Dr. Comfort. And if we look at this trainer here, you can see that the shoe is built up here and it's built up here, and that the natural arc of the trainer sort of flares up. So you can see that it's like a seesaw, it's like a rocker. So you can see naturally that's how it wants to move. And basically that's what it's helping your foot to do. So by doing that, it's helping your foot to move forward without putting pressure on those joints. Another style, which is by a brand called Fin Comfort, which we stock at our clinic. And you can see here that the shoe is not built up here, it's not built up here, but it's actually built up in the middle. So again, it's giving you that rocker sole, but just at a different area. Now, obviously, this would all depend on what joints in your foot were arthritic and where they were uncomfortable, depending on which sort of style we would recommend for you. But we can help talk you through that. We can assess your feet and help you decide what type of rocker sole would be best for you. But again, it does a similar sort of thing. It's helping your foot to move without putting strain on those sore, inflamed joints. Now, arthritis can occur in the main joints of the foot, which are affected, like we say, with walking and maybe put under strain. But you may get some arthritis in the smaller joints of your foot, like the toes. So what this can do is this can cause hammer toes, it can cause claw toes, it can cause bony prominences on the inside of joints, it can cause joint toes to sort of move and cross over each other. Now, that can be an issue because what that can do is that can cause pressure on other areas. So if you've got arthritis which has caused your toe to hammer, and not only caused it to hammer, but the changes in that joint have caused it to fuse so that it won't move, it's not flexible anymore, then the way we go about that is we need to accommodate our footwear to your foot. So we want to go for a shoe that's nice and deep at the toe box. Now, sometimes if you've got these hammer toes, even very deep shoes will sometimes not quite be deep enough. But that's where a style like this shoe comes in really handy. So again, this is a Dr. Comfort shoe. And you can see this is it's got a nice width, it's got a nice depth, but the material of the front of this foot is actually like a neoprene. So if I put my hand in and pretend that's my foot and I've got a hammer toe, you can actually see that the material of the shoe will stretch to accommodate your foot. And it's nice and soft, so it's not going to cause friction and it's not going to cause pressure that's going to make those joints sorer. So a style like that is really good if you've got those sort of deformities. Now, sort of going off shoes for a second, if you have got those arthritic changes in your joints, and that's potentially causing pressure either on the tops or even on the ends of your toes, it might be worth considering having something to go over the toe in order to keep the pressure off and keep them comfortable. So a product like this is really good. We sell that at our clinic. Now if I get it out and show you, this is a DigiCap. So it's made of a nice stretchy material. The inside is made of silicone. And so you literally slip it on your toe like that. And that silicone helps to keep those joints more comfortable. Now, it's worth mentioning that corns and calluses are caused by pressure. And if you've got corns and calluses on the tops of your toes, obviously the pressure that's causing that is going to be from footwear, as nothing else touches the tops of our toes. So it's worth mentioning that things like this can help them feel more comfortable. But if the shoes aren't changed, it won't sort of stop the corns from coming back. But these are really handy for helping to keep them comfortable in between. Now, something we can make and give you that will stop and can stop your corns and calluses coming back are moulds. And we make these for you in the clinic. So when you come in for your appointment, we can actually make these for you. So if I show you this is one that I made for my tiny little feet. This is an ID wedge. So you can see the front, there's a little mark on it. I've marked that so that I know that that's the front of the device, and that literally slides in between my toes. So that's really good if I had a corn in between my toe and that was being caused by bony changes from arthritis, and that was causing those toes to rub together. Something like that is really good at help keeping those separate, and we can make all different types of those. We can make some to help prop your foot up, we can make some that go on the top to help deflect pressure. There's all sorts of ones we can do, and like I say, we can make those for you in the clinic. And the benefit to them being made is that you know that they fit your foot and that they're going to work for you because they've been made for you. Okay, I hope that's been really useful and I hope you've learned something. As always, if any of the information sounds familiar to you, if you feel like you're suffering with any conditions and you'd like some advice, then as always, give us a call on 012 1749 6313. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram, and one of our team can have a little look and recommend something for you. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye bye.